Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, it's a little bit different starting off today. I already have my makeup completed. I pulled some inspiration from Miss Katie Jane Hughes. She is a professional makeup artist, absolutely amazing, and I'm just obsessed with all of her work on Instagram. So I was pretty bored yesterday, and I was doing nothing but scrolling through her feed and looking at her pictures for inspiration on something to do with my eyeballs today. So this is what I came up with after looking through a lot of her work, and I'm pretty happy with it, with how it turned out. And it's definitely not my comfort zone at all. It's definitely not my normal makeup style, but it was still super fun and allowed me to be a little bit creative, which I feel sometimes I get in a rut and do the same things over and over. So this was pretty fun. So if you want to follow along with me and see how I got to this point, then just keep on watching. Today's video is inspired by pure boredom and scrolling through Instagram and Pinterest, trying to get some inspiration for a makeup look. Actually, yesterday I used the Statement palette from Beautycounter, and just looking at those tones in there, it makes me want to play with some pops of color. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I have an idea in mind and we'll just see where we go. I do already have my base makeup on. I didn't want to fuss with that. So I used my Tint Skin Hydrating Foundation in the shade Sand, my Touch Up Concealer Pen in the shade Fair, and I set my face with a little bit of powder, and I used my Ilia Soft Focus Setting Powder for that. And what else? Oh yeah, I have my brows done. So I just wanted to get all that out of the way so we could focus on a couple of new items and the eyes, and we'll see where we go from there. Let's get started. So the new products that I want to show you real quick are from FitGlow Beauty. They are these palettes here. I'm super excited. They launched maybe last year sometime, I think it was, and I've had my eyes on them for a really long time, and there was a sale, so I decided to go ahead and pick them up. The first one I have is the Sunny Days Cheek Trio. So these are like bronzer shades. This one is more of like an illuminator here. So I'm gonna be using some of those. I'm really excited. And then I also got their blush palette, and I think I'm gonna keep this for my bridal kit, but I might dab in the colors just to see how they look. I was attracted to this because the tones of the blushes are very light in pigment compared to a lot of my Beautycounter blushes. So I just wanted to have a couple of more like fair-skinned options, and I feel like I can really do that with this palette here. So I'll be playing with that a little bit too. So I'll swatch it real quick. As you can see, it has a lot of illumination to it. And this one here is called Shapely Shading Bronze. So it's a little bit deeper, a little more orange. And I'll swatch that here. So that's it right next to it. Not as much shimmer as that Sunstone shade. We'll just kind of see what they look like. So we'll start with that Sunstone. Very pigmented, wow. I am very impressed with the pigmentation. I was not expecting that. And it is very glowy, which I'm not mad about. So we'll just make sure that everything blends and bring it down the neck. It looks pretty. I'm gonna use my sponge and kind of go over this bottom half of my cheek a little bit just to clean up so it's not too harsh. And then this is a little harsh right here, so I'll kind of blend that a little bit. And there's nothing on my sponge. So very pigmented, very glowy and summery. I'm really excited to use more of this when we do get to see the sun a little bit any day now. Today is just very gloomy and not so pretty outside. So next I'm going to try out the blush. And I'm actually leaning towards this one here for the look that I'm gonna go with today, kind of-ish. I'm going to use my Japanesque brush. And that bronzer was pretty powerful, so I don't think this is giving me like a true representation of the blush. But I still think it's really pretty. Again, that was this one here. Calmness, a soft peach. Okay, next we're gonna go on to the eyeshadow. I'm excited to try this out. and see what you guys think of it. I do want a neutral shade first in my crease, so I'm gonna pull out my classic eyeshadow palette and I'm gonna take the shade Suede on my Morphe M441 brush, and I'm just gonna put this down in my crease. And I'm also gonna fluff that shade kind of up to my brow when I get to the inner corner here. So I'm gonna kind of blend it into the brow. I took a makeup course from Morgan Fay and she used this technique, and I've seen actually a lot of makeup artists do it as well. And it kind of ties into the nose contour that they end up doing, but I think it always looks really pretty, and I just wanted to try that and see. Next, I'm going to go into the Statement palette, and I'm going to take the shade Flaxen. This is probably one of my favorite lid shades, a pretty champagne color, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over my eyelid. Next, for the fun part, I'm going to take the shade Mulberry, this purple shade here, on a Morphe E36 brush, so it's pretty small. This is going in my inner corner. Okay, so I just put that on the inner part of my lid, kind of normally where you would put an inner corner highlight. So I focus the pigment down here first, and then I'm lightly just blending it towards my eyelid, towards the center, making sure that I'm not going up into my crease, that I'm just keeping it on the lid. I'm not gonna lie, I started on my left eye first, totally messed up, and so I had to reapply my concealer in my eyeshadow. So that's why I'm starting here on this right eye, because this is where I did actually what I wanted to do. So I'm holding my brush down like this, not like this, so I make sure that that pigment stays right towards my lash line rather than blending it upwards. I want to make sure that I can control it. And then I just want it to look really gradient going towards my lid. So then when there's nothing on the brush anymore, that's when I'm going to start dragging it towards the center of the lid. I'm just building up that pigment at the inner corner, so that's the darkest. I'm always starting with the brush at the inner corner before I drag it out. I want to make sure that pigment stays darkest down towards my tear duct area. Then I'm going to take the shade Nightfall. It's kind of a grayish color, and I'm going to work that into the outer V. So I'm going to take my Morphe M506 to do that, and just starting on the lash line. Then I'm going to take my Morphe M441 and softly blend Nightfall in with Flaxen. And the other eye. Then I'm going to clean up the bottom part with some concealer to make sure that that's sharper. I'm going to use my Touch Up Concealer Pen in the shade Light to do that. And then this is just a random concealer brush. It's the Real Techniques. It's actually the domed shadow brush, so there's nothing on it. I'm just going to use that to help me blend in the concealer and then sweep it up towards the outer part of my eyebrow. The Honest Beauty mascara. I'm not going to use the primer just since I'm going in with lashes anyways. I just want to put a coat down so this blends with those lashes. And I'm going to use my favorite lashes at the moment. These are the Ardell Naked Lashes in the style, I think, 421. So I'm going to pop these on. Next, I'm going to go back into my classic palette and use the shade Suede again, and I'm going to put that along my lower lash line. Then back into the Statement palette, I'm going to take that same shade Nightfall, and I'm going to push that along my lower lashes. And I'm going to keep it on the outer part. I'm not going to bring it in. Next, we're going to go onto the lips, and since the eyes are so bold, I'm going to go in with a nude lip. I'm going to use my lip liner from Lolo in the shade Soft Nude and outline real quick. I did use a lip scrub before filming today because my lips were awfully dry, and it's from Beautycounter. They have a lip care trio set that was from Holiday, and I just got it in the mail. And I wanted to try it out, and I think it made my lips look so soft and smooth. Gonna blend that with my finger a little bit. And then I have a new lip sheer from Beautycounter, new to me anyways. It's the shade Terra. It is the most beautiful nude. I have no idea why I have not bought it until now. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna swipe that on real quick. It goes perfect with this lip liner. But it's such a pretty color. Okay, real quick, I just went over my upper lash line with the shade Raven from the palette just to make sure that my lashes didn't look wonky where I put them on. Last thing for the lips, let me show you the trio real quick. So it was in a holiday set, looks like this from Beautycounter. You get a clear lip gloss, a lip scrub, and then a lip balm. So cool. That's really the reason why I bought it. I wanted that balm. But I'm actually gonna use the clear gloss right on top, make it even more glossy. Give it that wet look. Oh, wow. Ooh, I like that. Okay, the last thing that I think I'm gonna do with the eyes is go in with the shade Bone here and then put that on the inner corner of the bottom lash line. Okay, you guys, this is the finished look. Very outside of my comfort zone, but it was super fun to do and to try. Thank you so much for watching and following along. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.